All right. Today we are starting right with an enabled microphone. Let's go. Welcome everybody to this new live stream. Will be a short one, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. Let's see. I did just start it, I think like 90 minutes ago, or maybe 2 hours ago even, this Ralph loop to integrate the features from yesterday, which we planned. So one is to implement some measurement tool into our AlgoTrader framework, so we can just a little bit better see some differences, do some debugging, and this should run then in a moment, or should continue in a moment to run. And the implementation step crashed at step 3 of 4, I guess. Actually, both implementation steps. We were also running another agent on some different task to implement short trades for our backtester. And I don't know, maybe a connection issue or something. But I'm currently fixing it, and hopefully I guess I will run it then separately and not both agents at the same time. This one for the measurement tool is anyway almost done. But in the meantime, probably I will just work on VoicePipe, which is my speech-to-text transcription tool that I have built myself. Maybe we'll tackle these two topics here. Just do some check how we can maybe improve the download of models, which currently feels a bit laggy. So when I download a model, no, this is already downloaded. This was selected. Let's stay with this. When we download this model, it goes to 1%, 8 MB. Now it's, I guess it's stuck for a moment. Oh no, maybe we don't need to fix something there. I don't know. I guess it's heavily dependent on Hugging Face now, because we are directly downloading it from there. Maybe let's just run an agent and see if we can do any improvements there. So I wanted to analyze the downloading model implementation. It feels like sometimes it is stuck at some point. So the download gets stuck at a specific percentage. It does not happen always. Maybe it is just a resource problem of Hugging Face, I want you to do some brainstorming how we can improve the download, maybe even just visually, so the user doesn't get the feeling that the model is stuck, the model download. I guess the last option would be to actually host the model ourselves. So we download, or the user downloads the model from our server. I guess I would like to avoid this. All right. And yeah, let's see what we can do here. Second thing is, which we probably not will finish this stream, but I would like to have some prototype, some design for the pill you can see here. So this pill is, yeah, currently not, it's pretty large, doesn't have much content in it, or much information in it. It has the status. I would like to have some kind of a waveform. And greetings to Ronald from Argentina. Greetings from Sebastian from Germany. We are building different things. First of all, an algorithmic trading framework, which is pretty much a charting tool to backtest strategies connected to a broker, trade live, and analyze trades and so on. And yeah, while the agent here is working, I'm continuing to work on my voice pipe app, a speech-to-text tool. So let's do some prototyping. I want you to create a prototype of the current pill of voice pipe. I would like to do a rework in multiple steps. At first I want you to create a prototype just based off an HTML and maybe also some SVG, so we can simply do slightly changes to the pill until we reach a final implementation version that we then later can implement and into the entire app. Yeah, I'm using actually lightweight charts, so it's heavily inspired by TradingView. But I guess TradingView has, I think TradingView has the main downside that everything is running on their servers, and you have to pay high commissions to, or not commissions, a high fee to actually get data, which should not be limited in my opinion. All right. Yes, it is open source. That's not it. No. That's the link. It's connected to CTrader. So get live data from there if you have a broker which supports CTrader. Can use IC Trading, which is the broker that I use. And if you use my link, it would even support me, but you don't have to. It's even open source, so you can build your own broker connection if you want to. So Ralph is still in the review. Okay, this is now how that started. The review phase itself. Is it stuck? Ah, and now it is testing. All right. So for the model download thingy findings, this is most likely like a real implementation issue, okay, and not just Hugging Face being flaky. Ah, okay. So we only have one update per file. It's downloading multiple files and therefore, okay. Then probably for models with a single large file, it seems like it is stuck. True streaming process. I think the spinner is not really needed if it looks well. I mean, if it updates continuously. You're using Fable? No, I'm using Codex 5.5. GPT 5.5. I just don't have a Anthropic subscription. I think, yeah, having both is not needed. I'm fine with the performance or the results of Codex and GPT 5.5, and yeah, I also think the limits of it are pretty nice. So you use DeepSeek v4 Pro and GLM. Are these even free for open code? I think I have heard that some models are free on open code. But never really used these Chinese models. What's up, Jeffrey? So here, yeah, context 49%. Let's do it with compact. Okay, free endpoint from NVIDIA, yeah. That I also tested once for, what was it, OpenClaw, to test it, but could never really make a use out of OpenClaw, so. Build a throwaway. Is this done? Yes, it is. Then let's open this. Which broker do I use? I use IC Trading. Or I should say I am affiliated with them. I'm currently not live trading with it, but the goal is to do so. And I do think they have good commissions, so and they are well fitted for algo trading. So here we have the prototype to test this. That's nice. So this is version A, is the baseline. Okay. So this does not make any sense to have two timers here. Sometimes I go to Opus 4.8. Yeah, I think if you don't have a subscription for Anthropic, probably also it can get pretty expensive if you use the API key. And yeah. Will be interesting in the future how well these cheaper Chinese models are getting. I mean, they are trained on Anthropic's models, so they will probably at this time not really be able to outperform them, but I mean, getting close to it is already an achievement, so what do we want to... Oh, what is this transcribing? Capture, so it shows the state here in this version on the... Do we like this? Converting, capture, transcription is full. I think it's too much, in my opinion, this version. No, I don't have. I mean, I have an Instagram account, but it's pretty much blank. I don't use it. Created an X account lately, but also I'm not really posting on it. So yeah, it's tricky to contact me. Okay, what do we take from this? I definitely want to have some waveform in it, but I think that looks a bit meh. Let's first check if this here is doing some progress. It's still working, okay. So what I want to have is a start and stop button as well on this pill, I guess. Even though it doesn't make much sense. When I have the push to talk enabled, but even with push to talk I can still do this here. So do we always want to have it? Can do this. So I would like to have always what is it called? Waveform. When recording. Instead of the indicator, the red dot, I would like to implement a stop button to be able to stop the recording with the mouse. I know this doesn't make much sense for the push to talk, but I think we can ignore this for now. So, do we want to keep the timer? Currently I have a transcription timer of 10 minutes. To not keep the transcriptions too long, but I guess I will change this in the future or make this a setting to disable it or change the duration. Do we maybe want to have some icon instead of the text recording? I would also like you to create a variant with icons instead of the text for a status. Let's start with this. All right, here's the verification running. Maybe we can have a sneak peek at the logs. Status success succeeded. Then it should be, it's already merging. It did merged. Alright, then there is only one last issue left. Implementing some edge cases. Do you use AI sometimes? I don't get the question. I mean, I'm using it at the moment. Yeah, I'm not only sometimes, I would say. I'm using it daily. Is this ready? This is ready. Then we can do this here. Let's start. I mean, I'm currently not writing any code, not writing a single line of code at the moment. I did start with the entire algotrader framework completely manual. I mean, this was 2 years ago, 2.5, or maybe even 3 years ago. So there was, what was it, maybe GPT 3.5? I don't know what was, which model we had there, but yeah, it was pretty much only code completion. Maybe we didn't even had a GPT model there. So yeah, I'm doing this. My day job is to be a programmer, so I do know how to code, but yeah, the whole AI thing is completely changing the market, the workflow. I'm currently not trading live. All right, we have C, D, K, A with waveform. Okay. Oh, this is even interactive. I thought I could only click at these things. Recording failed, transcription failed. Mm. I mean, the waveform looks shit, but I do like the button on the left. I think I do like this the most. This recording, when we stop, it is transcribing. The icon is also not that nice, but not sure what we showed in the transcription failed. Canceling in Island. I want you to create a new variant out of variant D. It should be not as wide, so there should be less white space for the, what is it, transcribing state. Round element. So it is just the icon in a round circle or something. Same for the transcription failed. This is an implementation. I also think the waveform should not be red. we didn't start this one here. I want you to implement a true streaming of the model download. So your recommended first fix. Create a structured implementation plan and then do the implementation. So next version. This one here. I like the smaller version. I think this circle in a circle looks shitty. Do we actually have different states for transcription failed? So can we currently display different error messages? I think I don't, I only have transcription failed as a text pretty much, or as a state. Let's see, is this still working or is this idle? What is it? Runs. No, looks like it is working. Already linting, so should be done soon. No, currently we can only display generic failure status. Which variant was this? I want you to do a variant E, but without another circle around the icons. What do we have here? Yeah, I think that looks cleaner. Change the waveform color to blue. Choose a blue that we are using already in our website. Where am I? Oh no, I'm in this directory. Maybe we say just which color it should choose. What's our main color? Do we have a name for this? What are the main colors of the app? Which blue colors do we use? These are colors we are using on our brand website. All right, this is a review step. Okay. I want you to reduce the height of the pill by 10%. And also search for different icons for the transcription. So this loading icon doesn't look like an Apple icon. Maybe you can find one that is actually already available. Some loader that you can use for this preview. If you have multiple options, create multiple variants. All right. Then implemented the streaming download fix. Nice. Then let's test this. Maybe I quit my current version so I don't mix them up. Is it working? Seems like it is not. Do we have an error? Oh, now it starts. Alright. Let's do this. And request it again. Alright. I think that wasn't even needed for the model download, but let's work on the local version for now. Which one is the largest? I think, yeah, this one is the largest, but I had no problem with this. Let's maybe select this one, delete this, and re-download. Oh, we have a progress bar now. I didn't ask for it. Is this better? Doesn't feel like it. I don't see the streaming. Yeah, so this model is somehow not sure what it is. So I see the progress bar, but for downloading this model, there's still this issue that it is stuck for a long time on the same progress. I'm not sure if your implementation is really working. Let's have a look at the UI thing. Is this the newest? No, that's the newest. What do you think of this icon? That's perfect, huh? I mean, I think I like this icon the most, but it shouldn't rotate by itself. Oh, an hourglass. I do like variant E the most, but the loading icon is rotating by itself. You made another rotation around the icon, so it is somehow rotating twice. Fix this. And also reduce the height of the pill by another 10%. Alright, is this now ready? No, it's merging. So it's ready soon. Then we can check the measurement. If that actually worked. And if it looks great. Did it download the model? Okay, so download still works, but it's still, yeah, stuck for a long time at, I don't know what it was, 7% or something. I mean, I can clean the build folder, but the progress bar was new, so this should have been the newest version. Let's wait for the next build and okay. No, it's not. Wasn't it rotating twice? Maybe the origin was just wrong. Yeah, but for the demo we don't need it to be rotating. I think that's fine for the next version. Do you have Also another F. This was this one. G was the hourglass. I think we are going with variant E. I want you to capture, oh wait, do we want to change anything about the background? Is this the same background? I think it's a bit transparent and that's why it looks a bit different. I think that's fine. Version E. Yeah. I do want you to I would like to go with the variant E. And I want you to document everything and keep a minimal HTML template for reference for the later implementation. But clean up everything else that is not necessary, like in this prototype, the background and so on. And also clear up all the other versions. We only want to keep variant E. Alright. Verification. Alright, here this one is still working. Did it found an issue? Wrote another test. Okay, wait, it said it had only, could be only a build that was running the UI change, so let's check. We did restart, right? Model, download. 7%. Nope. Also at this rebuild. So you were right to question it. That's screenshot. Okay. Switched from this. Okay, then let's test it again. Cancel this. And we rebuild. Okay, then let's look at this one. It still looks the same. I think the button looks different, right? Why is the button different? Should have taken a screenshot. Maybe because it was transparent. The buttons looks different. I'm not sure if it is because the background is transparent and now with a white background it looks strange, but I want to fix this as well. Either recreate the previous color if that is wrong now, or we need to iterate over some colors for the button. Okay, rebuild. Should be done. That does not look promising. Let's do another clean build. I don't know, not sure. Let's cancel this product clean build folder. And build again. So nice, this is finally done. Then let's check this out. On this branch, cd, not cd, git checkout. This is the chart measurement overlay. Actually, it was just a front-end change. Maybe it was automatically updating. Updated the reference to address the stop button. I think I'm going with the first one. Not sure if this is actually relevant, but let's change the text color. Yeah. I'm I'm not sure if it is relevant for the future implementation, but changed the text color of the descriptions to black. It is not readable on the white background. And I would like to go with version 1, so the upper version should the only one that is kept. Make up attached. Right, there we have it. Nice. I think the button design can be reworked. Doesn't really fit with the current ones. Don't know why it did some changes here, but I think it works as expected. I change a symbol. Stay in there. Nice. So I'm happy with it. What is this around it? I think it is when it's selected. Okay. Yeah, maybe we need something to show when it is selected. Yeah, but maybe not the blue here. That's cool. It's Spark model that we don't want to use now. Actually, we can use medium even for this. I do like the implementation in general of this Ralph implementation, but the button colors when selected do not fit to the actual app. I don't want to have this current usual blue hues colors that were already used for other elements. All right. So I think we did rebuild again. Yes, we did. And I think it is still not working, right? Where's my settings window? Here. Models. Download. I don't know, maybe it's the model. But I mean, the other models did work before already. They looked already better. Maybe we just live with it. Is a flat rate per request pricing model viable for an API, for an AI API startup, regardless of token consumption? That's a great question. I guess it depends completely on the pricing. It's a flat rate per request pricing. So you are speaking about your own product? You want to have like a product with some, I don't know, token consumption levels that users get for their subscription. I think it is tricky, especially if you are building your first app or something. I would say one-time purchase is the most easiest to get first customers. I mean, even with this here, this is a one-time purchase, voice to text. It is only out for a week now, but the only user sits here. That's me. Yeah, and this app doesn't use any API, so it downloads the models, the open source models itself locally. The user doesn't have to pay for any API tokens. But yeah, calculation I guess is pretty tricky when you offer these flat rates. You have to somehow calculate in power users that might consume all the tokens they get, and then other users might not use everything. So yeah, you need to have a good calculation about this. Good profit margin, I don't know. Oh, that's completely a flashbang here. Yeah, but I'm fine with this. This is updated. It is updated. When you hover over the buttons. think the border is also different. And I said we didn't, I think we did set we want to have it at the top right. Move both buttons to the top right so they are floating on the right side and not in between the other buttons. I mean the buttons for pen and measurement. Alright. Oh wait, are we? Sorry, that's the wrong chat actually. This was the right one. Okay, yeah, this, I don't know. I think I'm accepting the current version just. I think with the progress bar it's fine. At least so it looks somehow that it is still downloading, even though it doesn't make any progress here, and then suddenly jumps to 100%. So I think I will just do this codex and do a review of this. And I think for this, commit all your changes. All right, then this is moved to the right now. Yes, it is. I think it's fine here. Maybe I will fine tune the buttons even more. But that's already a nice little tool. Bit of UI design is still needed, but it's fine. Then we add this. This review looks also good. Commit your changes. Actually, it was not even this agent. Let's do this manually. All right. Then model download is only slightly improved, but I'm fine with it. Yeah, the pill rework will then actually the implementation will be interesting because we now have different sizings of the pill. Do I still have it somewhere? What was the... What was the command to open it? Because I guess we have then to do some animation so it doesn't look completely shitty. To go from recording to transcribing. And I want to implement an option to actually keep the pill for, keep the pill permanent. So I also need actually start recording button. I didn't thought about this. Sorry for the flashbang. Yeah, but I think I'm done for today. Just a short little stream. Finished this implementation here for AlgoTrader framework. Can now do some measurements. Think I will start this loop again here, but maybe from a different branch. Not cd git checkout dev. Oh, we have changes. Commit this. I think then we can just merge even the integration branch of the chart measurement into dev. Then we can do Ralph, not loop, Ralph cleanup of this one. Oops. List. No. To remove the work trees and the PRD. Perfect. And then we can start the next AFK loop, which is the other one, the backtest for short trades. All right. Then now I'm done. Thanks everyone for joining the stream. I wish you a nice evening and see you next time. Bye bye.